Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So it's patch day once again, the first major patch since Wastelanders, and with update 19, Bethesda are introducing ally customization, changes to automatic item naming, backpack skin improvements, and some new rewards for Nuclear Winter, and of course a whole host of bug fixes. So let's jump in and take a look, shall we? So, update 19, May 19th, 2020. We're releasing update 19 for Fallout 76 today, which includes ally customization, including new and returning events, updates for automatic item naming, backpack skin improvements, new limited time nuclear winter events, challenges, and cosmetic rewards. We've also crushed a wide variety of bugs, including many issues reported by the community. So, update highlights as per usual: ally customization, hunt for the treasure hunter, Fasnacht parade, item naming updates, backpack updates, and limited time challenges for nuclear winter. So, the update number, it will be a 10.7 gigabyte patch for Xbox and 8.6 for PS4. PC, it's 4.1 gigabytes if you're going through Bethesda Net, 5.9 via Steam. Curious as to why there's so many differences, but okay, fair enough. So, jumping straight in, customizing your allies. Starting today, you can now share your wardrobe with your allies and swap their outfits to your heart's content. Nice. So, when interacting with an ally at your camp, a new customize option will appear on that you can use to change their clothing, outfits, headwear, costumes, armor. If you can wear it, then so can your ally. The only current exceptions are power armor and weapons. So, not massively surprised you're not going to be able to put your allies in power armor. A mixed opinion on whether or not you should be able to give them better weapons. It says for now, so the only current exception, so that might change in future. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe they've got plans down the line. It's a bit more complex to sort and they want to get this out first. That would be my guess, but very, very cool nonetheless. Dress them up any way you like, with those two caveats aside. So anything you dress your ally in is purely cosmetic. They will not receive any buffs or bonuses from the apparel they wear. So doesn't matter if you give them the best suit of armor you've got, still going to be the same basic stats, which is a little unfortunate, but it does account for why weapons are not really on the list of things you can give them, because they wouldn't have any effect anyway, so that would probably cause a few conflicts, I imagine, if you started equipping stuff like that, but okay, that's interesting. Cosmetic change, always cool, nice to have a little bit of customization in there. Hopefully, on down the line, you'll be able to give them better gear that will actually have stats and weapons as well, but for now, that's a cool start. Additionally, when viewing another player's ally, its name will be adjusted to include the camp name of the camp owner, e.g. so-and-so's ally. So, yeah, that's a minor change. And scrapping an ally station, however, will revert the ally to their default outfit. So that's something to bear in mind. I assume that also applies if you store it as well. It might not, but I would assume it does. Allies will also appear in the default outfit if they're in an instance with you, so during questing, I assume. Well, you're presumably trying to claim them. I don't know if there's any other occasions where they accompany you. I've not explored this yet. Something on the to-do list. But it is what it is. If they're in an instance, standard outfit. So, new events. Hunt for the treasure hunter. This looks interesting. Got a bit of a Holiday Scorched vibe to it, albeit with a different theme. So, more miners are searching for riches around Appalachia, and you can hunt them down and claim their loot for yourself in a series of limited time Hunt for the Treasure Hunter events that we're introducing with Update 19. So these should go live on Thursday, I believe. So, Treasure Hunter mole miners, use your keen tracking senses to hunt down Treasure Hunter mole miners, collect their mole miner pails, which contain all of the loot they've been hoarding. Treasure Hunter mole miners are legendary creatures, so that's always a bonus. And you will hear them when they're nearby, so possibly a unique sound to keep an ear out for. I would imagine there's something different there, otherwise why mention it? And curious to see what that is. Obviously we'll have to wait till Thursday in game and find out. Treasure Hunter mole miners can drop rewards from one of 3 different tiers: Dusty mole miner pails, and ornate mole miner pails, being low, medium and high respectively. The higher the quality of the pail, the better the chances for rare loot, including outfits, mounted head plans, a new backpack plan, which is very, very cool, and a new marine armor helmet plan, or the marine armor helmet plan, more to the point, which I know a lot of people have been looking forward to. Opportunity to grab that will be very, very cool. The pails can be traded and sold to other players, but can't be sold to NPC vendors. Okay, cool. So you can also craft your own mole miner pails, which I have kind of two schools of thought on, I suppose. In a sense, I think it's going to be far more fun to hunt down the mole miners and get them that way, but there's only so many locations with the mole miners in them during the event, so if a few people are preferring to craft them at their own camps, it might sort of reduce the load on it a little bit. I mean, you've got better chance to get access to it, so it's probably not such a bad thing from that point. But it does seem less fun. It allows you to kind of farm the event, I suppose, so you've got a better chance of getting the rewards you're looking for. So there is that, which is, I suppose, a bonus. So while the Treasure Hunter event is live, vendors around Appalachia will sell empty mole miner pails in exchange for caps. Use the empty pails along with a few different materials to craft mole miner pails full of low, medium, or high quality gear, or equipment, or plans, or whatever it may be. Doesn't specify whether or not it's a random roll on crafting. Go either way, that one. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But obviously, if it's not a random roll, the higher tier you're aiming for, the more it's going to cost you. But if it is a random roll, then it's RNG, basically. So you can give or sell crafted pails to other players. That's quite cool. Good way of making money, possibly. Wonder if it'll still function after the event ends, though. I would imagine it would. I think it did with the holiday scorch. I think if you decided to put presents into your vending machine, even after the Christmas holiday period, you could still sell them on. So I would imagine that will continue to function. That should be very, very cool. Option to make a decent amount of money, I'd imagine you'll get off of those as well. We'll probably go for quite a bit. That's cool. Assuming, of course, they can get player vending fixed anyway. This is once again being exploited, charmingly, as usual, by the joyous dupers. So, head to the Ash Heap on May 21st, which is Thursday, and Hunt for the Treasure Hunter event will take place May 21st to May 25th, so Thursday through Monday, that's this weekend then, in the Ash Heap region. So, only available in the Ash Heap. You'll be able to find mole miners elsewhere on occasion as well, I'm sure, but the Treasure Hunter ones will only spawn in the Ash Heap. Future Hunt for the Treasure Hunter events will occur in a different region, so as usual, this will be a recurring seasonal event, adding to the repertoire they have available. Cool. Speaking of returning events, Fasnacht Parade. I missed this one last year, very much looking forward to getting into the game and playing this year. Had a few upgrades, had a little bit of adjustments, which I think a lot of people who played it last year will have been hoping for, even. There's a sentence in there somewhere. So, very, very cool. Let's have a look. Starting next week, that will be on Monday. Presumably, as the Treasure Hunter event ends, the Fasnacht one will start. I'm assuming midday Eastern time, that's usually when they do it, so tea time in the UK. You could travel to Helvetia to take part in the Fasnacht seasonal event by helping local protectrons prepare for the town's annual celebration and parade. A little later this year, courtesy of Wastelanders, but still, here we go. Help the bots by hanging decorations, gathering ingredients for a feast, or playing musical instruments, among other activities, before the timer expires. So comparable there to the start of Meat Week. Basically, you've got to run around, get the necessary bits and pieces, hang the decorations, that sort of thing, in order to get the next stage of the event to trigger. Because if you don't, it won't. So, if you and your event mates complete the preparations in time, the bots will line up at the centre of town to begin the parade. So, slightly more larger scale than Meat Week, but very cool. Successfully guide the marchers to the end of their parade route, which is basically around the town. They get attacked during it, I assume, because that's what happened last year. And you'll be rewarded with loot. The more marchers who survive, the higher your chances of rare loot, which may include Fasnacht-themed camp plans and a chance to earn a fancy Fasnacht mask, presumably the highest tier of loot. We've added a number of new festive masks this year, and adjusted their drop rates following community feedback. So, yeah, I've seen a few people saying they were hoping there'd be new rewards available in Fasnacht this year. It looks like there are, presumably in addition to existing ones. And one of the biggest feedback points that came out of last year's was that the drop rates were way, way too low, particularly for the rare masks. It was very, very difficult to get them, if you could get them at all. So it looks like they've adjusted that to make it a lot more viable, which is cool. While some are less common rather than others, they should drop more often this time around. There you go. So, you can also trade your Fasnacht masks with other players if you wish, which is same as it was before. You could put them in your player vending, stuff like that if you wanted to. I saw a few over the last year. Not so many now, but yeah, they were selling off spares for a good price nonetheless, but they were available. But good to see that will be an option again if you've got duplicate masks, which is always cool. So Fasnacht Parade will bring in every hour at the top of the hour, much like Meat Week. starting on May 25th. The event will last for a full week, so you should have plenty of chances to join in the celebration. So, Monday to Monday, very cool. So, moving on from the events, design updates. So, automatic name improvements. I was kind of curious as to what exactly this might mean. I wasn't really sure. But this is something they've tried to fix in the past. It's a system that's always been a bit wonky. So hopefully it's going to come out a little better this time around. There is a little caveat towards the end where they've basically said if it doesn't quite work out, let us know, show us where things are going wrong. Largely because there is a huge number of permutations, so they're conceding that they may have missed some, which is good to see the open honesty there, but we'll jump in and have a look at the details. So, short version, with this update, we've improved how the game automatically names your weapons and armors based on their mods, legendary attributes, and atomic shop paints. So going forward, automatically generated names will appear in a much more consistent order, and they will reliably include an item's main attributes. So, additionally, atomic shop paint and skin names no longer overwrite primary legendary effect name. Which is cool. So you should have a much clearer idea of what each item does at a glance. Which is, as I say, something they've been working towards ironing out the wrinkles in for a while. So hopefully they've got it this time. So, items should now generally follow the following naming convention: primary legendary attribute name, then atomic shop cosmetic name, then mod name, then weapon name. So, if you have a legendary Gatling gun with the Black Knight paint and a prime receiver, for example, its automatically generated name should now be the equivalent of Anti-Armor Black Knight Prime Gatling Gun, which is still a mouthful, but at least you know what's going on. So, of course, you'll be able to check by the inspector to see all the details and the ins and outs of the weapon in more detail if you want to. Keep in mind that you can still give your items custom names, which is cool, and these will overwrite their automatically generated names. Please note that given many combinations possible through all the different mods, legendary effects, and atomic shop paints and item types, there are many cases where there may be cases, it's supposed to say, where new item names appear incorrectly. For example, certain elements may appear out of order or might be missing from the name. These are visual issues and all your mods should still function correctly, but let us know if you spot any so we can fix it. So there you go, acknowledging that there's a lot of options and they may have missed a few. So, as always, if you happen to spot anything like that or any other issues, make sure you're heading over to Fasnacht, head to the support pages and drop them a little ticket that will let them know what's going on. It's always very, very helpful. Best way to get things improved, to let them know. So, backpack appearance updates. I kind of ran into this the other day, and basically got myself a bit muddled actually, but kind of cool to see that they're making this adjustment, particularly given the timing, but cool to see this adjustment. They've been saying it's coming for a while, and it's looking like a good change if all goes according to plan, but I don't see why it wouldn't. So, we've improved backpack customization so that you can now apply different appearances to your backpack skins, without crafting entirely new backpacks. So up until now, you had to go to an armor bench and craft a new backpack if you wanted it to look a different way, and you ended up with therefore multiple. Now you just change the skin as you would with, say, a piece of armor. So that is much more practical, much more manageable, and saves you a lot of resources, or potentially saves you resources anyway. So a very, very cool change and a nice little quality of life tweak. I approve of this one. So head to an armor workbench, use the modify menu to swap the appearance of your existing backpack with any skins you've unlocked through quests, events, or the atomic shop. Nice and easy. Cool. So this is my favourite point on this because previously different appearances only applied to backpacks gained through the Order of the Tadpole quest line, so the full-sized backpacks. Now, skins can be applied to small backpacks as well for those who've not yet unlocked the normal backpack plan by completing Order of the Tadpole. Awesome. So Order of the Tadpole is usually better done at a slightly higher level. So being able to apply it to the small backpack skin item that you can pick up from Morgantown Airport is definitely a positive change. It means you get into customizing your backpack much sooner, which is really nice. Especially happy about that myself, because there's a couple of skins that I've got that I would like to apply to backpacks and on characters that only have the small ones so far. So that's very, very cool. So you can apply skins to your existing backpacks as well as any new ones you craft. Nice. So, a couple of little art and animation changes. Barbecue grills are basically a different skinned, different animated type of cooking station, crafting station. If you use a barbecue grill, your character will now appear to flip and grill some tasty steaks. So, they've updated the animation, made it a bit more interesting, which is cool. And Grognet's Throne, which is an atomic shop item. I don't know if it's available at the moment, but I have no doubt it will return at some point if it's not. We've added a new animation that will play when sitting in Grognet's Throne, so you can survey your land with royal confidence, as opposed to just sort of sitting there like that. Which is, yeah, a nice little improvement. Obviously, that will apply retroactively to anybody who has the item as well, or it should, assuming everything goes according to plan. Speaking of things that apply retroactively, Liberty Prime Power Armor pops up in the Atomic Shop as well on occasion, something I picked up a while ago. If you're the strong silent type, you may be pleased to know that we've added an alternate version of the Liberty Prime Power Armor helmet that will not play voice lines while you're wearing it. So the two versions that currently exist play a whole load of Liberty Prime's dialogue, which is highly amusing for about 5 minutes and then gets very, very annoying afterwards. So being able to switch out for a silent one is a good change, I think. That's definitely a positive thing. Interesting to note that it's actually attached to the helmet, so you could have the rest of it and use a different helmet and avoid it as well, but no, you don't have to do that. So players who own the Liberty Prime Power Armor can now craft the silent version of the helmet at the Power Armor Station. So no need to rebuy or anything like that, which is good, which is what we'd expect. You've just got the plan available when you next log in. Very, very cool, which should be available by the time this video goes up, to say the least. So, the Nuclear Winter changes. These are limited time survivors challenges, which will unlock themed cosmetics. So, if you happen to want to jump in, there's 8, I believe. Yes, 8 new challenges you can complete to get unique skins and items for your camp. It's very, very cool. So, we've added 8 new Nuclear Winter challenges that you can complete to earn survivors themed cosmetic rewards starting today and lasting until 7 PM Eastern Time on June the 11th, which I'm going to guess will be midnight UK time. So, June the 11th, that's way off, so you've got plenty of time to work through it, but the way this is going to work. One new challenge will appear in the character challenge menu each day until all 8 are available, and then they will all remain until the end of the event. So, over the course of the next week and a day, the new challenges will appear, you can work your way through, and hopefully get all these new skins and items and stuff. And I haven't played Nuclear Winter in a while, but there's some cool looking rewards in here that actually make me somewhat interested. Mind you, the Overseer XP required to do it is not insignificant, so it will take a lot of time and effort. So I might have a look and we'll see how it goes. But if you are into this, the first reward will cost you 150 Overseer XP points. The next 6, I suppose, will cost you 2,000 Overseer XP each. And the last one will require 2,500. So Overseer XP you earn will roll over from one challenge to the next, but they must be completed one at a time and in order. So you'll have to rack up, what? 12... 14,650. That took a while. 14,650 Overseer XP to get the whole lot, so quite a lot. To be honest, I'm not quite sure, because it's been a while since I played Nuclear Winter, exactly how long that's likely to take, but well, you might jump in and have a bit of a play around and see how it goes. Or I might do that on my time, we'll see. But as you complete each challenge, you'll be able to claim new theme rewards like furniture for your camp, a survivor's denim and ghillie suit outfits, a couple of new outfits. The ghillie suit looks really cool, to be fair. Definitely want that. I'm guessing it'll be one of the later rewards, though. As well as skins for Nuclear Winter's newest weapons, the bow, the cattle prop, and the Gauss shotgun, which have both been added to Nuclear Winter now. Particularly interested in the ghillie suit and the bow skin, I have to admit, those look very, very cool. And interested to see what the new camp furniture will be as well. If you happen to want to see a bit more about it, I will link this blog post in the description as usual, and you can find the link here to take you over to the more detailed article on the Nuclear Winter stuff. So the new items coming in are the bow, cattle prod, and Gauss shotgun, added for and tuned for combat in Nuclear Winter matches. Find them in the supply crates as you scavenge for gear, so as you normally would. So, bug fixes. As per usual, quite a sizable number of these, so I'm not going to go through all of them in this video. We'll be here all day if I do, so let's avoid that. I've picked out a few that caught my eye, though. As I say, there's the link down in the description if you want to have a read yourself, but you might want to do that, particularly on the quest side of things, as there are a lot of bug fixes to quests, so if there's anything like that that's caught your eye and you've noticed, you might find the fix you're looking for down here, so worth a look. But we have quite the range, so jumping on, the ones that caught my eye. Lighting. Lighting inside the Overseer's house and the Wayward have been optimised to address some performance issues, which is very, very nice. Allies can no longer sometimes attack the player's camp objects and turrets, which is good. Electron Station, the communist version, will now find fewer propaganda flyers when scavenging, which I think a few people have mentioned and will be quite happy to see. A couple of exploits have been removed, hallelujah. A duplication exploit related to camp objects. I'm guessing that's the display cases and vendors, so fingers crossed that means those will be coming back with this patch, so hopefully you'll be able to start selling stuff again. Address the camp budget exploit, which is always good. Might seem like a minor thing, but it has a knock-on effect on the rest of the server if you're getting around your camp budget, so we'll be glad to see that squashed. Could hopefully improve performance on any servers with these people. Nice to see them get the ban, but of course they can just get around it easily enough, so crushing the exploit is more practical. Turrets. Address an issue that could cause camp turrets to attack each other. Now this is one that we've been crying out for a while. It's bugged me a few times, and I know I've seen it at other people's camps as well. Turrets turning on other turrets is somewhat annoying. I think it happens if they accidentally tag each other while they're firing on attackers, but nonetheless, quite the annoying little bug, and very good to see that one getting squashed. So, receiving stealth from multiple sources at once, like the Escape Artist perk cards, Stealth Boys, Chameleon Armor, etc., no longer causes enemies to instantly detect the player. So, those of you playing stealth characters, stealth archers maybe, should now be able to use multiple stealth perks and items in conjunction without it wigging out on you, basically, which is a welcome fix. And a fix to the Wendigo Colossus, so it will no longer suddenly stop taking damage, which was an intermittent thing from what I understand, but good to see that thing fixed as well, so hopefully we'll start to see the numbers even up a little bit more when people are fighting the Wendigo Colossus, as they seem to have quite the head start on us at the moment in terms of the number of kills. So, items in armor. Secret Service chest armor can now be repaired beyond 100% condition using perk cards like Fix It Good. Exploit relating to weapons that use fusion cores as ammo has been fixed, and fusion cores fix several issues that prevent weapons that use fusion cores as ammo, like the Gatling laser, from firing correctly. So, nice for those of you who use Gatling lasers and the like. Free Radicals Mask is no longer a legendary item, which is now consistent with all other headwear. I know that's going to come as a big disappointment to a lot of people, but Bethesda did say a couple of weeks ago that legendary effect would be going away. Not quite sure how it happened in the first place if it wasn't meant to, but it is being brought back into line with other headgear. I think a lot of people, probably me included to be fair, would like to see things going in the other direction, but more legendary headgear rather than taking away the one item that exists. But it is what it is. It wasn't the most profoundly powerful legendary effect anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but yep, it's now just an interesting looking Nazgul mask rather than a legendary piece of gear. Backpacks should now appear correctly when wearing the Mountain Scout outfit. So that's for the old hands, those who played prior to the launch of Wastelanders. You got the Veteran outfit it was initially launched as, but the name they settled on is the Mountain Scout outfit. So that had previously hidden backpacks, which is something that should occur if the outfit you're wearing appears to have some kind of backpack or back item on it. The Fire Breather's outfit is a good example of that. But the Mountain Scout outfit doesn't, and yet it was hiding your backpack anyway, so that will now appear, which is quite cool, because I've got my building character wears both that outfit and a Settler's backpack, which came from the Settler's pack that was launched with Wastelanders, so those two look quite good together, so it might be nice to be able to see that. So very happy about that little change. So, jumping on a bit further, we have a whole host of server and client stability fixes, which are not massively stimulating in and of themselves, but always welcome. That should hopefully make gameplay a little bit smoother. And we have an absolute crap ton of fixes to quests and events. So, again, I'm not going to go through all of these. Some of them for older quests, most of them are for new ones that came in Wastelanders, which is what we'd expect at this point in time, really. But even with all the efforts they've put in with the private test server and stuff, still a few bugs out there, so there's an absolute ton, more than a screen's worth to say the least, of bug fixes that are coming in. So if you've seen anything in those that you are interested in seeing fixed, might be worth taking a look at the list down below. So jumping on a little bit further, a couple of user interface fixes. Menus. Fix several issues that cause the favourite menus to suddenly appear while the emotes menu was open. Yeah, I've noticed that on occasion. It's kind of annoying when it just randomly switches across. I thought it might be me. Apparently it's not. It's actually just a bug. So that should be fixed now. And one that I use a lot, and if it hasn't been working correctly, I'm glad to see it get fixed. The spoil sorting option now correctly organises aid items by their remaining condition. So presumably they weren't going into quite the right order. Now they should do. Tag for search. The magnifying glass icon now appears correctly on jump items in the world that contain the components the player has tagged for search. So that basically should make that function more reliable, which is always good. It's something I strongly recommend using, particularly when you're setting up new characters. Very, very handy feature. So along with that, there's a few world fixes that are not incredibly fascinating, just sort of getting stuck in the ground, stuff like that. stuck on objects, and a couple of little fixes to Nuclear Winter as well, you can take a look at if you'd like to. So, that covers everything in the new patch. An absolute ton of bug fixes, which I'm sure are very, very welcome. There's some cool stuff in there that I've noticed, things that I've picked up on in the past, and I'm very happy to see fixed, and I'm sure there'll be a few things that have bothered you guys that are getting repaired as well, so that's always good. Looking very much forward to Fasnacht coming back, as I say. Missed that one last time around. I was having some work done in here, so the whole setup was in bits in the corner, which was not ideal, but hopefully we should be diving into that one next week. Looking forward to that. And of course the Treasure Hunter event in between now and then, as of Thursday this weekend, should be fun as well. Hopefully we'll get some cool plans, and if you wanted to get that marine armor helmet, we're finally getting it, that the Blood Eagles have been sporting and mocking us with. So very, very cool to see that one coming in. Looking forward to a few of the other bits and pieces as well. What else caught my eye as being particularly interested? Yeah, the backpacks. Definitely keen on that. I like customization. That's fine. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I'm neither here nor there, but I'm sure it will appeal to a lot of people. So very, very cool. And the little tweaks to animations and design and updates, stuff like that, are all cool as well. So very happy to see that. Looking forward to getting stuck into this. Should be jumping back into Fallout on Wednesday night, so tomorrow night. And we'll be playing some Mass Effect this evening, which I'm looking forward to as well. Do hope you guys will join us for that one. So, thank you very much for watching as always. I do hope you found the video useful and informative. If you did, please do consider dropping likes and subs. Very, very much appreciated. Social media links down in the usual place as well if you want to catch up with me over on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook. I need to get back into updating my Instagram again. So, do watch out for those. Always fun. And if you're very much enjoying the content, please do consider becoming a channel member as well. The support is humongously appreciated, and thank you very much to everybody who's done that already. And make sure you hit that little notification bell if you want to catch up to streams as well. They're not quite so punctual, unfortunately, those notifications, but at least they will let you know when I go live. It's something to watch out for. We're having a good time playing Mass Effect and Fallout, and yeah, other bits and pieces as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.